Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today for another live interview courtesy of Greg Williams and Variety Vibe Radio. My name's Frankie of Frank Money Talk, and whether you're tuning in live or you're watching the replay, I want you to know that we appreciate you being here. Variety Vibes Radio is an amazing group of artists and entrepreneurs who want to showcase as many independent artists and fellow entrepreneurs as we can. So while you are watching, you're helping to support our mission. And so we appreciate you for that. I'd like to introduce our special guest today. She's a singer, coach, and entrepreneur. She has put out some amazing work, and she had a song that just released. So we'll be talking about that. And I'm also going to be asking about where her sense of confidence comes from, because she has this very sort of cool as a cucumber confidence, if that's what you want to call it. And I want to know if she's always been that way, if she just came out of the womb like that, or if it needed to be developed. And so I think we're going to have a great time today, and you're going to also learn a lot. So if you don't have something to take notes with, I definitely suggest you grab a pen and paper. So again, our guest today is BrianaRae. Say hi to everyone, please.
BrianaRae. Hi. Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you for being here today. I wanted to play a song right off the jump here. And let's go with Power, because I think this goes along the lines of what we were talking about as far as singers, entrepreneurs taking a chance on themselves. And so I want to get your thoughts on that after we play this. So this is Power.
Auntie, I don't know about this. I mean, I want to do it, but, I'm a singer, but not a singer. I don't know about this.
Baby, let me tell you, God gave you a gift, a voice. Use it. You get on that stage and you sing like you never sung before. I got faith in you. I believe in you. And I know you believe in yourself. So just go ahead and give it a try. Amen?
Amen.
All right.
It's your power that saves lives. It's your power. I'll be a living sacrifice with all that I am. For all that you do, I'm gonna praise you. You move mountains no one could ever move, and you break chains. Oh Lord, you always see me through with all that I am. Oh, for all that you do, I'm gonna praise you. You're my savior, provide all my needs. Nothing you can't do. I give my all to you. When I look back on all that you've done and all the battles you won, can't help but be so amazed. It's your power that saves lives. It's your power. I'll be a living sacrifice with all that I am. Oh, and all that you do, I'm gonna praise you. What a God that can make all things new. There's no limit to what my God can do. He died for me just like you died for you. And that's why I can say, you're my savior, provide all my needs. Your blood gave me the victory.
Wow. Yeah, I think that was an awesome way to start our discussion today. So tell me a little bit more about that song. When did you write the video and perform the song? Hmm. What about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me more about that video, because we see a young lady who is encouraged to showcase her talents, but she's a little apprehensive, right? So talk to me a little
Right.
bit more. I mean, was this something inspired by your own journey, or because this is a common scenario? So can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Um, I can say that I can relate to it. It wasn't my idea for the video, um, but I can relate to what the character I was playing was going through at the moment because I have had times where I did doubt myself and doubt my talent. I always knew that I could sing, but am I the type of singer that will go on to make a career out of it, a solo
Mhm.
career out of it? And so, yeah, I identified it with it in that way.
That's really interesting what you said, because I like to ask people like, hey, did you always know you could sing? Or because sometimes like people in our family might say, oh, well, they're a nice singer, or you have a nice voice, or you're good, but you might not necessarily internalize that, right, until someone else says it. So where did you
Yeah.
get your start with singing?
Well, I grew up in a very musical family. Pretty much my family sings on my mom's side. Um, and it all started with my granddaddy, who had a group in the 70s called Positive Change. And they went on to win the Apollo for 8 weeks. And they were only beat by none other than Luther Vandross. So, they were very talented. All my aunts and uncles sing, my mom sings. And so when they heard that I had something there, it was encouraged. And I would say that's how I started out.
Wow. That's a really special story. And I love the name of the group, Positive Change. And I would say if you're going to lose to anyone, lose to a legend, right?
Right.
So that's a really cool story. And it's so nice to hear that you had the encouragement from your family, because so many people don't. You mentioned wanting to make a career out of it, and you mentioned also a solo career.
Mhm.
And there's so often our family, our friends, they want what's best for us, or they want us to stay safe, but
Right.
that's the advice that they have is not always the best advice for us, right? Because either they're speaking from a place of fear, or some of their own doubts, their own worries about being able to make it, or hey, is this actually something you can get paid to do and provide for yourself? And so
Mhm.
sometimes our even though it's well meaning, it's not very good advice. And I see that all the time, whether it's artists, or entrepreneurs, or astronauts, really really anybody. So that's so cool to hear that you had support. When you were young, what kind of music did you like?
Well, much of which was played in my household was gospel.
Mhm.
So I didn't really have a choice. But I did, enjoy a lot of Kurt Franklin, Mary, Yolanda Adams, CC and BB Wyans, and just a long list from there of gospel artists. One person that was an exception to the gospel rule was Whitney Houston because my mom loved her, and also Luther Vandross, which is
Of course.
funny. But yeah, so those are a lot of my influences, especially Kirk Franklin, with the way that he um, kind of takes from different genres, but
Mhm.
still stays within the gospel message. And I would say that I kind of do that with some of my music as well.
That's really interesting and insightful, because some of the most powerful singers I've ever seen have a background in gospel music or through their church. They sing at such a different So where do you feel like that strength? You mentioned earlier that you sing with such a confidence. How to song really each word has a meaning for you. So where does that strength come from for yourself and other gospel
I feel like the earphones blew out or something. It sounded kind of weird.
singers? Well, is it
Now it's
any
back
better
to
now?
normal. Yeah.
Sound like you're in the Matrix. Oh, it's talking that I am. Hmm.
Yeah.
Quick look. Uh, yeah, I mean, looks good because I'm on a landline. All right, am I back? Okay. Yeah, something happened. It froze a little bit, but if you can hear me okay, I'm gonna ask the question again.
Okay.
So yeah, where do you feel like, as I mentioned, some of the most powerful singers have either got their start in the church, singing gospel music, and so where do you feel like that power and that confidence that you have comes from?
I would say it comes from God because the whole reason that I decided to do gospel music in the first place was because I had a dream and I felt like it was God speaking to me. And it was a very stern voice, but I knew that it was God. And I had been contemplating whether I wanted to go full gospel, if I wanted to dip and dabble in some R&B, neo soul type of stuff, kind of like a Fantasia or Jennifer Hudson, how they kind of
Hmm.
do some of both. And so when I had that dream, the voice said to me, "You know what to do." And so that told me the route that I should go. And I've always kept that in mind. And that's what kept me on the right path of continuing to just do gospel. Um, and, the Bible talks about confidence. The Bible talks about when God gives you a gift, he gave it to you to use it and to bring people into his kingdom. So that is what keeps me going. That is what reminds me that I was given a gift and that I should use it.
Yeah, that's really powerful. Thank you for sharing that, and it makes so much sense. And so I think I already know how you'll answer this, but when you say that, let's say that someone came to you with sort of a similar, they're not sure quite how to shape themselves or present themselves as an artist. What advice would you give them?
They're not sure how to shape themselves as an artist.
They're not sure, what kind of genre they should choose, or
Okay.
they're not sure if it's working for them or if it's going to work out. Like, what advice would you give them?
Well, I'm always going to put Jesus in it because I am a Christian and, me and Jesus like this. So if you ask me, I'm always going to tell you to pray about it. I'm always going to tell you to listen to what God is telling you because he's always going to lead you in the right direction, especially if you go to him, asking. And you can't go wrong with what God gives you because he's the one that gives us these gifts in the first place.
I think that's really great advice. And so I want to share along those lines. We were going to play songs in a different order, but I really want to share this song that just released on the 20th, if I remember correctly, and it's called "You Got Me." And so, if it's
Yeah.
okay with you, I'd like to switch it up a little bit because I feel like that's where the flow of our discussion is going, and I think this is something people are going to be able to relate to. So, this
All
is
right.
anything you want to say before I hit play on this?
Well, this is one of many singles and music that is coming out soon this year. We are trying to get at least 2 songs out each month. So look forward to a lot more coming. This is just the surface.
That's amazing. That's a really amazing pace. So that's incredible. I'm looking forward to hearing more. And so, as I said, this is You Got Me.
They come and they go, they stay only for show. They bring pain, they're all the same. But when it comes to you, the one who makes my dreams come true, who plays all types of games, who always stays the same. There's no hesitation when I call your name. I'll just put my trust in you. Might have tears, but I've got joy through and through. You're preparing me for greater. I have faith in my creator. No need to worry, you're my savior. There are times that I've strayed, but you never left my side. Anything I've needed, you always will provide. From a house to a job to my life, you paid it all. From a house to a job to my life, you paid it all. You got me. I'll just put my trust in you. Might have tears, but I've got joy through and through. You're preparing me for greater. I have faith in my creator. No need to worry, you're my savior. I never have forgot who gave me my last shot. I know where help comes from and where it always will. You got me. So it's grateful that I feel. You got me. This is how I know you are real. I never have forgot who gave me my last shot. I know where help comes from and where it always will. You got me. So it's grateful that I feel. This is how I know you are real. I'll just put my trust in you. Might have tears, but I've got joy through and through. You're preparing me for greater. I have faith in my creator. No need to worry, you're my savior. I'll just put my trust in you. Might have tears, but I've got joy through and through. You're preparing me for greater. I have faith in my creator. No need to worry, you're my savior.
Awesome. Yeah, and so I really like that song, and as I said, I think it really encapsulates a lot of what we've been talking about and how you stand in your faith and how that guides your music, and it's a source of strength, or maybe it's the source of strength for you as you are pursuing your career. Can you hear me?
It's like a delay every time we come back in.
I see.
Yeah.
So as I said, I really liked that we played that song in this order because it goes along with the things that we've been talking about, and that you stand in your faith and that it guides your career and your decisions. And I really want to talk about singing Sundays. So can you talk a little bit more about how you came about starting that and how long you've been doing it?
Yes. So Singing Sunday started because I was looking for a way to have more engagement on my page on Instagram. I found that there were some people who liked me and, they would follow and things like that, but it really wouldn't go anywhere from there. I was trying to build, a support base. And I thought that doing singing Sundays, because I am having artists are kind of like me, who are independent artists, and they're just grinding, trying to make it. And I feel like it was an opportunity for me to do what I wish someone would do for me by having people come on my platform and talk about their music, talk about their artistry, and there's no charge for it. It's just you know we're vibing out and people will join in. If they're interested in the artist or more of their music, they go and follow, and it's a networking thing. And so that's how it came about, and it's grown a lot more than I really expected. um, and there are things in the works for it to grow even more, and so I'm excited about that.
That is exciting because I think that artists, they love the creativity aspect, but they also face this sort of harsh truth that music as it stands is a business, and there are
Right.
things that you need to do not only to protect yourself on the business side but also establish credibility, build an audience like you said. And so you're giving people a platform for them to be able to come on. I think it's growing because you're making them comfortable. Again, you're giving them that space to share their gifts and reach an audience that otherwise they were not going to be able to reach.
Right.
And I think that's why it's been growing so much. And as far as artists, who are you looking for to come on the show next? Is it open to all genres? Is like how does it work?
Yes, it's open to all genres. We don't discriminate. The only thing I would say is if it gets a little bit too provocative,
Mm, sure,
then
yeah,
we might have to censor some things because of my brand and my audience.
absolutely.
Yeah. But I would love to have. I recently met Marette Brown Clark. I would love to have her come on. Um, I would love to have Sharon come on. She's a big TikTok artist. Um, Naya Chanel, I would love to have on. Um, who else? I would love to have some rappers actually,
Hmm.
because we do song association on the show. A lot of rappers feel intimidated by that and they don't really want to come on because they feel like they have to be able to sing. But it's really just a fun type of game situation. So I would love Caleb Gordon, Scooty Wop, a lot of the Christian rap artists. Yeah.
So you're already pretty clear on this list. So you don't need our help. But hey, Greg, maybe we can get some other genres to show up. But I mean, you already have like a name. Like you knew exactly. So we need to start. Uh, get the acts going and get this going. So that's really exciting. Thank you for sharing that. Um, things are like a rocket ship for you right now. As you mentioned, you have that song that just came out. And before you see your career going, what's, where are you basing that? On the metrics? Is it on your side? Can you hear me? Okay?
It's still doing it.
What is it doing? Like what
It's
does it
like,
look like?
when you put your AirPods or earphones and you record something and it sounds kind of like underwater or something like that.
Uh
It's
huh.
doing that.
What about now? Is it still doing it?
It's fine now.
Yeah, that's really strange. Yeah, if you know you're live when everything goes wrong. So, uh, as far as moving forward, you just released a song. You're gonna have two songs out a month, as you mentioned. Like, what does success mean for you at this stage of your career? Is it certain metrics? Is it the size of your audience? Is it growing the brand? Can you share a little bit more about that?
I would say it's all of those things because the ultimate goal is to reach as many people as possible with the gospel message. I feel like that is what I was made to do. And so I'm trying to complete that mission. The other thing that I would add to that, though, is to be able to fully be financially stable, just doing what I love, which is music, and not having to spend time that I could be spending in the studio or doing promoting or anything like that that would help further my career. Um, Doing a job that is not really something I want to do long term. So I would also add that.
Hmm. Yeah, I really appreciate you sharing that because again, it goes to speaking about this being a business and how to make it sustainable. And you're learning things that you're going to be able to pass on. And because I heard what I hear is you're impacting as many people as you can, and some of that is just by your journey, you're encouraging other people, and you're able to save them a whole bunch of time and heartache. And because think about how many people give up too soon. If
Mhm.
only someone had given them the type of attention that you mentioned that has benefited you or could have benefited you, you know, they are now able to share their gifts with the world, and everyone has their place. Everyone has a way of saying things or singing or playing instruments in a way that's going to connect with someone that maybe you wouldn't be able to in the same way. So I think that's again, I think it's really special for you to do that, and it speaks to this being a career that someone can really embrace. And because if you're focused on it, you got to wake up at 3:30 to go work a shift at Starbucks, and then you got
Right.
to go work at the call center. You know, for many people, those are things that are just so draining, especially the
Yeah.
creative people, because you're working on someone else's schedule now. Whereas maybe that time, whether it's that late at night or that first thing in the morning when things are still quiet, that's when people really get like their download, right? They really get that creative sort of spark. But if you're losing that to a job that really doesn't care about you, there's only so much that people are going to be able to bounce back from. So thank you
Right.
for sharing. Like, who do you want to shout out? Speaking of people who have supported you along the way, who do you want to shout out now? And we'll do it again after that. And also, how can people connect with you?
Um, well, of course, my manager. He likes to stay behind the scenes, but I'm gonna shout him out anyways. Terrell Whitby.
Uh-huh.
He has been essential to me getting where I am in my career thus far. Um, he was the one that pushed me to even take my music and things as far as I did. I wasn't even writing before I met him, so he has been instrumental in everything. Also, just constant supporters. Of course, my mom, my family, my friends, but also people from social media that I've never even person that support me every single day. And I only know them by their first names because I only know their Instagram names. But Jackie and Amber and Scooby and just all these people that are constantly supporting me, and I'm so grateful. Um, Ways to get in contact with me, was that the second question?
Yeah, like it's really amazing. It's so humbling and a little unbelievable sometimes just how much strangers, people that maybe we've never even met in real life, how much they support us. And so I guarantee a ton of people, anybody listening to this, is going to want to be able to connect with you and follow along with your journey and support you. So where's the best place for folks to be able to connect with you?
I am mostly on Instagram. So DM me, be in the comments under my post. I post pretty much every day on my story, wherever. I'm also on TikTok, not as frequently, but I try.
Yeah, that's really cool. Are you doing dances there, or is it singing, or do you play any instruments? Like, what's your TikTok like?
My TikTok is a lot of singing videos, some just kind of funny, like Christian funny videos. Um, I have one video that I did a dance on to a Scooty Waz song,
Mhm.
Spin Back, the Spin Back, the Spin Back Challenge. That's the only thing that I even attempted to try to dance on.
So yeah, definitely everybody check that out. And I keep hearing Terrell's name. You mentioned that he likes, we haven't met yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I'd love to have a conversation with him here live because I keep hearing people, sort of singing his praises about how supportive he is of
Yes,
independent artists, especially of female artists, because this is
yeah,
a tough industry uh, for everyone, and I think in many ways, especially for women, because there's a certain expectation or a certain image that's always going to sell as far as social media is concerned. And what I
right.
really appreciate about you is you know who you are. You're not willing to compromise, especially not compromise your brand, but your values as far as what you're willing to accept. And I think that's really admirable and important. And again, you're leading by example, so that other artists can come along and know that they can be uniquely them. And so, as we start to wrap up, I really want to play one more song before you go, if that's okay. As we've been speaking about adversity, and this is, I say that there's never been a greater time to be alive than now, but
Mhm.
that doesn't mean that this is an easy time to be alive.
Right.
And I imagine your faith, speaks of these times where it could go either way. But the difference is going to be everybody making their own choices as far as who they want to be, how they want to show up in the world. And sometimes in our own fear or our own unhappiness, people cut other people down. They, cast a shadow of them. They don't speak into them. They speak against them, sometimes to their face
Mhm.
and sometimes behind their backs. But someone who is consistent, who's strong in their faith, and confident, needs to be able to rise above that. And so I really want to play It's Above Me Now. Is there anything that you want to share about the video or the message before we share this next song?
Well, in the video, there is a clip, an audio clip from the video that actually gave me the inspiration for the song. And basically, what went on in that video is that there was this guy who worked at a hotel, and this woman called the phone and she was like angry about something. And she was, cussing him out and calling him N word and things like that. And when she showed up to the hotel, the guy was like, I can't help you. We don't provide services to people who treat our staff this way. And he was basically telling her, there's a hotel down the street. And so he was saying, it's above me now. He kept saying that over and over as she was like pleading, like, oh, please let me stay here. And so I took that and I wrote this song because at that time it was a lot of things going on in the media, of hearing about the police brutality going on and just people treating people not fairly. Um, and so this song kind of speaks about that.
Yeah, and that's especially relevant with everything in the news, and particularly the police brutality that we've seen over the last several days. And so this is Above Me Now.
I'm sorry. You weren't sorry when you said it on the phone.
Listen, there was
No,
people screaming
but
at home.
at the end of the day, and the climate that we live in today's society,
I was sorry.
I understand it, but it's above me now.
on a daily. People trying me, it's getting harder and harder to turn the other cheek. You say give mercy and grace into being more like you, but it's easier to say than do. To push every button that they know to push. It shouldn't be this hard to keep choosing good. Why do the best type of people have to take the most crap? But I rise above foolishness, I rise above talking slick, I rise above ignorance, and it's all above me now. Above me now. It's above me now. It's all above me now. Above me now. Who can imagine the difference it will make if people minded their business, the business that kept them paid? My skin ain't a reason to try to play me. At the end of the day, you ain't no better than me. Racists and liars and thieves are all the same. Just praying my choice to choose good and in vain. And in vain. But I rise above foolishness, I rise above talking slick, I rise above ignorance, and it's all above me now. Above me now. It's all above me now. Above me now. Every day you're trying to be more like you, but my tests seem like they're getting harder to get through. You say you won't give me more than I can bear, but sometimes in life it just seems so unfair. So unfair. So unfair. But I rise above foolishness, I rise above talking slick, I rise above ignorance, and it's all above me now. Above me now. It's all above me now. Above me now.
That was It's Above Me Now. Very powerful song, powerful messaging. And I really like also how catchy it is. It's something that's going to stick in your head. It's going to stay with you. And I think that takes... So I really love the message and the song. I really love the message and the song. Can you hear me or no?
Yes.
Okay. So I love the message in the song. And I think it takes a special talent and a special intuition to be able to not only create a song with a powerful message, but create it in a way that really sticks with you. It's I don't want to use the word catchy because I don't want it to feel like... I don't want to cheapen the power of the song and the message, but it's something that sticks with you. It's going to stick in your head. It's going to, because you connect with it emotionally, and it's a timeless song. It's important for the world that we live in now. And so as we start to wrap up, I really want to encourage everyone to check out Singing Sundays at 7 p.m. every Sunday Eastern Time. And before we go, you mentioned you just released a song, but you've got more music coming in February. Can you talk a little bit more about those singles and let us know where to look out for them?
So this is an exclusive. So I will be releasing 2 songs, hopefully. One for sure, hopefully the second one. But for sure, we will be releasing a song called Complete Me. And it's basically about how we search everywhere trying to find, that special piece of us, that missing piece. And some people look for it in relationships. Some people look for it in their careers. Some people look for it, in locations. And if we just look up sometimes and be reminded that God provides us with everything that we need. And so he completes us. And so that's the message of the song, and I'm really excited to release it. I've gotten a lot of good reviews thus far, and with my collective, the SYFM collective, Seek Ye First Ministries, um, we will all be releasing this upcoming month. Last month, well, this month still, the 31st, it was Month of a Dreamer, and this one will be focused on Black love. And so, because we have Black History Month and we have Valentine's Day, we're kind of combining it for the theme of Black love. And so, everything that we will be releasing will be having some type of relation to that theme.
So anybody who's watched this interview, I really want to encourage you to go back, not only listen to that song again, but listen to everything that BrianaRae has just said. Uh, I love that there's a collaboration there. There's teamwork involved there. I really think that people are going to connect with this interview because they're going to connect with you. They're going to connect with your music, your message, how grounded you are, and everything that you said. Again, that cool confidence that's coming through, not only in this interview but also in your music. And so, definitely looking forward to that. We will be shouting you from the rooftops all the way until that launches, and for the months ahead. Thank you to Naraya and Greg and everyone else that tuned in today. Thank you to Variety Vibes Radio for another amazing interview. I get to meet so many cool people, and that's because of Variety Vibes Radio, always showcasing the people that make you say, wow, why have I never heard of this person? Or why haven't I paid more attention to what they're doing? And that's what's been really special about this experience. So anyone else that you want to shout out, any last words before we transition out of here?
Well, I'd like to say thank you to you and the platform, as well as everyone in the comments. Thank you for all the compliments and feedback on the songs. God. Yes, first and foremost. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for your energy and your attention. Again, I think this is going to be really special, and we're going to be seeing it in the comments and on IG. Connect with her there, and also on her TikTok, because I've got to see this dance challenge that she talked about. He's scoping it out. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you again to Variety Vibes Radio, and of course to Terrell for connecting us all. I hope everyone has a safe evening, a safe week, and keep an eye out for that new music launching in a couple of weeks here. Bye for now.
Bye.